Hi. Today we're going to make a simple recipe for spaghetti bolognese, but along the way you're also going to learn a little bit of history. Bolognese sauce gets its name from the city of Bologna, the capital city of the Emilia-Romagna region of northern Italy. If you're thinking of Italy as a boot, then this would be the area just below the flared cuff. In Italy, bolognese sauce is traditionally served with tagliatelle, which is a flat, ribbon-like noodle, or it is used as a meat filling in a lasagna. For this recipe, we're going to make the Americanized version, spaghetti bolognese, but you can actually use just about any noodle type you want when you make it. Okay, let's talk prep. It's best to have all of your ingredients out and ready to go, just so that you're sure you aren't missing something after you've already started cooking. For this recipe, you're going to need the following: 4 quarts of water, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 tablespoon olive oil, 1 pound of lean ground beef, about 80% lean, 1/2 an onion, diced, 1 medium carrot, shredded, 1 stalk of celery, shredded, 4 garlic cloves, minced, 1 14-ounce can of crushed tomatoes, 1 24-ounce jar of marinara sauce, 2 teaspoons of dried basil, 1 teaspoon each of dried oregano and dried parsley, 1/2 teaspoon of dried thyme, 1 box dry pasta of your choosing. Now that we've got our ingredients, let's start our water boiling. Start off with hot water from the faucet. There's an old wives' tale that cold water will come to a boil faster than room temperature water, but this is completely untrue. Turn that faucet to hot and wait for the cold water to clear the pipes. Then fill your pot with the recommended amount of water. For most pastas, this will be 4 quarts, but you should double check the box. Add a teaspoon of salt. Set the water to high heat and put the lid on. You'll also want to start the pan for the sauce heating. Set the heat to medium-low, just slightly less than the middle point, and drizzle in that tablespoon of olive oil. Some people worry about the fat content in olive oil and avoid it, but the majority of the fatty acids in olive oil is oleic acid, which actually has plenty of health benefits. We're also going to drain off the excess grease when we're done cooking the meat. If your pan is good and hot, you can toss in the onions now and start them cooking. Once the onions have begun to soften, you can add the carrots, celery, and garlic. Cook them until they have softened as well. This will take about 5 minutes. Next, add the ground beef. Break it up and mix it with the veggies. Cook the meat until it's brown, with no pink left, and drain off the grease. By this time, your water should be boiling. Now's the time to add the pasta to the water. While the pasta is cooking, let's add our crushed tomatoes and tomato sauce, along with our seasonings. Mix them in really well and let it simmer uncovered. This will help to reduce the sauce, which means boiling off excess fluid, so we end up with a nice thick sauce and not a runny, watery sauce. While we're waiting for that, did you know that pasta actually originated in Central Asia? Eventually it migrated to the Mediterranean, where the recipe was modified to use durum wheat. Once this kind of pasta dries, it has an incredibly long shelf life, so it became a popular way to make a lot of food at once that could be stored for a long time. This, along with Italy's warm climate, suited to growing fresh vegetables, made tomato-based sauces an obvious combination to pasta. Now seems like a good time to test our pasta. The easiest way is to just take a bite. With thicker pastas, you can actually look at the bite mark. If there's still white in the center, then it's not done yet. With thinner noodles like spaghetti, you just have to go with how it feels. Al dente pasta should be bendy, but still have a little bit of firmness when you bite. If the noodles are ready, drain them. Do not rinse the pasta. It should be served hot. If you cool it down, it won't absorb the sauce. You can either mix the noodles into the sauce, or serve the sauce on top of the noodles. Manja!